You don't wanna fuck with me, don't wanna test your luck with me. Cause if you try to fuck with me, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard 6 feet underground. I'm ostracized and traumatized by everything I'm not. Alright, I'm lost inside, and anything I say you better listen up closely. Mostly, I'm the one and only, bring it home slowly. Hand your boy the trophy, patience is holy moly. I got him hating on me like Michael hates Toby. Force like I'm Obi, you know the one Kenobi. Force-fed baloney by phonies, just wanna rule the world, call me Mr. Steel Girl. Easy gave me the referral, now he's worried about a jail. Yeah, coming out strong, I've been here for a long time. Started off online, finish off all time. They can call me crazy cause I rap like I got rabies. I'm confident, not lazy, and I'm dominating lately. She want me like some pastries, I'ma give it to these ladies like I'm Hefner in my 80s. Still I'm pushing up daisies. Don't wanna fuck with me, don't wanna test your luck with me. Cause if you try to fuck with me, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard 6 feet. Don't wanna fuck with me, don't wanna test your luck with me. Cause if you try to fuck with me, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard 6 feet. I can taste it, I'm fading, why am I still waiting? What are y'all debating? It's really irritating. You hear what I'm saying? Fear got him shaking. You won't ever find a fucker like me in the making. Bite me and you'll break him, your teeth will be vacant. I don't need to be patient, man, I breed entertainment. From the streets, now the basement. Oh, see, I've been baking like your mama's casserole. She makes me, I turn on the radio when you hear some shit. Your throat all slit if you don't post this, and I won't be missed. Hell no, I'm pissed. I'm the only rapper in this game worth shit. I go it on my own, don't need nobody's help. I do it all alone, I'ma do it by myself. All these lyrics on my own, you won't put me on the shelf. Every punch that I throw, I can send your ass to hell. Better run, bitch, down with me. Don't wanna test your luck with me. You don't wanna fuck with Cause if you try to fuck with me, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard 6 feet. Don't wanna fuck with me, don't wanna test your luck with me. Cause if you try to fuck with me, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard 6 feet underground.
Your winner and the new #1 contender for the World Championship, Harry.
Go a little farther. Oh, hey, Revolution. How are you guys? Look, I wasn't expecting to hear this evening. As you can tell, Harry's already in his evening wear. But I know as #1 contender, I kind of granted the Revolution an all-access, behind-the-scenes pass to follow the #1 contender around and see what Harry's up to, see how he's training for the big match next month. So here we are. Look, folks, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It has been 84 days, an 84-day reign as your #1 contender. And frankly, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from watching boring promo after boring promo, watching these judges give live feedback that I know these guys are never going to take and utilize, because they all think they've got all the answers. They all think they've got it figured out. And the ones that don't, they're just too fucking lazy to change. In any case, at least we're down to 6. I mean, we got Shady Sean McKenzie. He's going to come out here and he's going to hit you with that Shady Days. Alist Alverson, the man who I predicted to win this tournament before it even started. I mean, let's be honest. We could have just fast forwarded to the end of all this and had Harry versus A-lister, and I think everyone would have been happy. You got Snes, a man who comes out here and he promos on old school TV with some really cool Nintendo music in the background. And, well, I don't really understand the luchador aspect of it, but I'm not one to criticize anyone's mask. A great mask is a great mask, and I can appreciate that, pal. You got the young pup, JD the Destroyer. He's found his way into the semifinals at this point. Quite impressive for a young guy. And then Seven, as usual in these Evolution and Revolution tournaments, he gets a free pass all the way to the end, basically. Did I forget anyone? Brody frickin' Blaze. I mean, it's understandable why I would have forgot about him, right? Listen, guys, I'm not taking up too much of your time. These shows are long and drawn up and miserable enough. All I'm here to tell you is, the future is bright. When Harry becomes your Revolution World Champion, you won't have to suffer through any stupid-ass tournaments like this with a bunch of guys who don't deserve to be here. You'll see Harry lead this company into the future and better days ahead. But until then, let's all just try to stay awake as we watch these matches and get through this together, folks. Toodles.
What an ass. Good morning, everybody. And of course, we are running on Sunday. Usually we run on Friday night. But of course, if you read the page, I had to fly out to the UK to take care of a little bit of business, Revolution business, to shake things up around here. And while now is not probably the proper time to talk about that business, we're going to go ahead and just skip on over that and overlook the fact that I was gone for 2 days. So everyone knows we're getting deep into this bracket, and while I disagree with some of the stuff that Harry had to say, I will agree with one thing. It's very easy to forget Brody Blaze, and Brody Blaze apparently forgot about us. As you know, he was supposed to take on SNES in this tournament, and after giving many opportunities to get me a promo, the guy just flaked out. So Brody Blaze probably needs to change his name to Brody Flake Blaze. I don't know what it is with these promo guys that like to feed us baloney because they're so flippy and floppy like phony, but they do this shit and they just don't show up, and it screws it up for everybody. And everybody knows that, well, I'm not wasting my time finding another opponent. SNES, you have yet to have a real judge proper match in this tournament, and you get to glide on to the next round. SNES moves along in the tournament. I'm hoping no one else, which from the roster that's left on this thing, I don't have no more worries about guys pulling no-shows or such. So that's one reason. That's one thing it took so long for this to happen. We had to wait on people. So it's no big deal. We're moving along like we always do and keep pushing forward, because I know that SNES has been serious about this tournament. Whether he's had to face people or not, he's actually turned his fucking promo in on time, sometimes a day or two ahead of time. The guy gets his shit done, and that's what Revolution needs, is promo artists that get shit done. We're not here to pussyfoot around. When it's showtime, it's fucking showtime. We take the shit serious. I'm getting tired of the being jerked around thing. If your flaky fucking ass is not going to show up and pull your part, the commitment that you made as a grown ass man, don't even come over here and waste our time. The reason I get so upset about those spots being fucking wasted is because I had guys in my locker room, my revolutionary guys, that were tied up in other stuff, and after their stuff was over, they wanted them spots, and I told them no, that those spots were reserved for outside guys to give outside guys a chance. Boy, you talk about sometimes putting your own foot in your own mouth, because that definitely wasn't worth it. I should just give the fucking spots to my guys in the locker room that show the fuck up for their stuff. So moving along, we have still got 2 good matches on this card. You got Shady Sean McKenzie versus Alist Alverson still for the Evolution or Revolution tournament. And in the main event, you still have the Outbreak #1 contender match between the returning Little Sweet, who's been out for a while, versus Gunshot, the upcoming rookie, who's made a pretty impressive blast. Also, the next card that will be coming up, we're taking basically it was 2 weeks. Now we're into Sunday. So we're a little shy of 2 weeks. We're going to take off because this tournament has just been exhausting for everybody, including the judges who have to take time. And plus, I've got one judge that's which is Chris Champion. He will actually be in San Diego next week in California doing work stuff. So he will not be available for like almost a whole week. So we're just going to take off all the way up to March the 3rd. And March the 3rd, right now, this is how the card looks. We got 7 who will take on JD is still in the Evolution to Revolution tournament. 7 has been doing a great showing, and so has JD, the upcoming other rookie that we have here. Whether I call Gunshot a rookie too. I don't know if you could call him a rookie, but I call him a rookie as far as like underneath our umbrella. JD's been fucking killing it, man. 7 come in. He's been killing it. And then, of course, you just heard that SNES moves on to the next round, so he'll be on that card. He's been killing it. We're going to go ahead and we'll be down to our final 4 after today. And after March the 3rd, we'll have our final 2, and that match will take place the following up Tuesday to go ahead and see who the other number 1 contender is. And that number 1 contender will face Harry at the Fight of Champions. Honored Champions. Everyone knows that we are doing a cross pay-per-view with VOH. I'm very fucking excited about it because it means something special to me, from considering that my roots come from VOH, and everyone knows it's no secret that we had our falling out, and now we have shook hands and rebuilt the bonds between me and Chris Nichols and Chris Champion and Chris Fowler and other people over there. So we've done a lot of cross pay-per-views and a lot of cross shows with a lot of people, but VOH has never been one as far as just like us and them doing the pay-per-view. They might have had some guys on the card with us or whatever. The whole point of this is to have every one of my champions defending. Also coming up March the 3rd, and I know they've been waiting for me to announce it. Mr. Josh Steele will defend his Fight Night Revolution Championship in the main event against Sarge. Sarge did get the win this past week that qualified him to be the number 1 contender. Also, Steele will also still be defending that Fight Night Championship come up the pay-per-view with VOH. As you see, there is the Fight of Honored Revolutionaries. So it's going to be very, very good. I don't know who's all going to be on the card yet. Me and Chris Nichols is about to start booking that card very, very soon. I've heard rumors, and we've tossed ideas. Kids too. It's not being an asshole. It's pretty early on a Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. Let's go ahead and move this shit along so we can go on with our day.
And after copious busy signals, A-List Alverson has officially logged in to the quarterfinal round of the Evolution of Revolution tournament to take on the 500-plus time world champion, Shady Sean McKenzie. You know, in 1997, this would have been a fair fight, Shady. You at your prime, me in my formative and vulnerable years. But alas, that hill has been traveled well over by you. Some might suggest that I'm over the hill, but I can still reach behind me and touch the top of it, and my hill is a lot taller than the rest of y'all's. Now, I got to give props to you, Mr. Shady. Through your efforts and contributions to this tournament, you have saved the public from having to see A-List Alverson versus Mr. Wallace for the 7th time in the last 13 months. I do commend you for that. But right there is where we stop agreeing with each other, is where we stop being on the same page, because I've got a point to prove through the inept and corrupt management of this federation, led by Mr. Tommy Savage. Here we are in the third year of the Evolution of Revolution tournament, and it ain't even for a prize. It's to get a match with another guy. How insane is that? But nevertheless, Shady, listen, we ought to be discussing this differently. We don't have to have a man-to-man fight with violence and vitriol. We ought to be seated on a waterfront patio. I ain't talking about your backyard with the swamp over the hill. But we ought to be seated there. We ought to have a nice bottle of Johnny Walker Blue and a 40 of Old English or Steel Reserve or whatever you kind of beer you funnel that tastes like pennies. And we ought to be sitting there, me and my Armani special, you in the runner-up for the old man's funeral jacket, and we ought to discuss this like gentlemen and come to a nice amicable conclusion, yeah? But you ain't programmed to have it that way, are you, Shady? No, Jonathan, here's the deal. I know the truth of the matter, as it were. I can tell you that underneath that bandana, that beneath those porcelain veneers, that inside those gauge holes in your ears, there is an old, broken down man rotten to the core. And A-list Alverson is the top performing act in the history of Revolution. And at the end of this round, I'm going to go to the semis. I'm going to go to the finals. I'm going to prove my continued worth to all the men that doubt that there is such a thing left. But don't worry, down the road, Jonathan, you and I can have a more formal consensus. You know what I mean?
Will the really Slim Shady please stand up? I repeat, will the really Slim Shady please stand up?
Yeah. Welcome to the takeover. For those trying to stop me, I would like you to please consider the following. You should know that I don't ever stop a second guessing. You should know that y'all are in the presence of a legend. You should know.
Fans of Revolution, if you haven't already placed your bets this week, I suggest you go place them now. And if I were you, I'd bet it all on black. Because yours truly, Shady Sean McKenzie, has got to be the one true dark horse of this tournament. Already in round number 1, I proved such by taking out the infamous Mr. Wallace, a man who will never, and I mean never, ask Shady Sean McKenzie to call him Mr. ever again. But this week, ladies and gentlemen, I find myself standing across from none other than the infamous voice of the business himself, alist Alverson. Man, does this guy have a voice for the business. But when it comes time to stepping inside my ring, my 20x20, my squared circle, alist Alverson, you don't stand a chance. I am the most shadiest, sadistic son of a bitch in this business today. And if you don't think that I won't do what it takes to pick up a victory over someone like you, then my friend, you are going to be sorely and poorly mistaken and left bitter and battered and broken in the center of that ring. If I hit you with this most sadistic move in the business today, the Shady Days, it's lights out, punk. 1, 2, 3, just like that. But before that happens, maybe I might hit you with some shady bows right to your nose. Maybe I might hit you with a shady drop. Hell, I may even sling your ass in the corner and hit you with a shady splash. Who knows? Whatever I feel like doing, that's exactly what Shady Sean McKenzie is going to do. And when it's all said and done, and Shady Sean McKenzie is standing over you victorious, I'm going to reach over from the announcer, grab his microphone, shove it right down in your face, alist Alverson, and make you say these oh so famous shady words.
Your winner, Shady!
and you ain't gonna like it. I can goddamn shady tea it, Alist Alverson. Welcome to your nightmare revolution, because Shady Sean McKenzie is back, and I'm back with a vengeance, and your top dogs ain't never gonna be enough to settle the score that Shady Sean McKenzie has to settle here in Revolution. That championship title is coming home to me, Alist Alverson, and there ain't a damn thing you can do to stop it.
You should know that y'all are in the presence of a legend. You should know that I've been busy counting all my blessings. You should know you're dealing with a boss now, darling. You should know.
All right, Shady versus Alist Alverson. Let's start with Shady. Shady, not gonna lie, I was very impressed with what you did. You came out, you put out you had nice flow, nice delivery. And what I'm gonna say now is probably gonna hear from all the judges. Leaving a minute on the clock against anyone is a ballsy move. Leaving a minute on the clock against Alist is a very ballsy move. I don't know if it's that you felt that in 3 minutes you had everything you needed to say that you could win this match, or you just lost track of what the time was and finished in three minutes. I don't know. Alist in Alist fashion always has some type of trick up his sleeve. He's not here for no reason. Excellent flow, excellent delivery, even use of little mind altering tricks or whatever you want to call it. Alist put out a fight using all the time that he had. Like I said, if both members would have put out a 4-minute match, this match would have been a lot tougher to call. But for me, I'm going to go with Alist and Shady. Just gonna say need to use better use of time. That minute might have helped you win the match.
Revolution, the Iron Judge is back, and we have Alist Alverson and Shady Sean McKenzie. Now, I'll admit, sometimes judging, it's not nice work, it's not easy work, sometimes it's a bit of a grind, but this one, however, this one was fun, it was exciting, everything I expected and more. So, let's get into it. Alist Alverson comes out with all the charisma that he's known for, and I say that a lot. I say it because it's true. Because he's so damn good, right? Another episode of the A-List show comes on. He talks about Shady's age. He speaks about Shady, ensuring that we won't have to see another fight with Mr. Wallace and the A-List. It's a good promo whereby he's talking about how the winner of this just gets another match, doesn't even get a prize. He does a great job. But it was lacking for me. Compared to the other promos I've seen by A-List, this didn't have that same finesse. Didn't have that same pop. Didn't really hit as hard as the other promos I've seen by A-List in this tournament. So it left the door wide open for Shady Sean McKenzie to come out and do what Shady does. Now, I'm not saying that A-List was bad. I'm saying it was damn good, but it was all underwhelming compared to the other work that he's dropped for this tournament. I felt like he took Shady a bit easy. Like he was expecting just to breeze by it. Now, obviously, the fundamentals were all down right, as they always are with A-List. But the narrative wasn't very tidy. Didn't really hit Shady with anything really purposeful, anything impactful whatsoever. Didn't cut him down or downplay him or even put him over. So it was kind of felt a bit called in by A-List, in my opinion. So, let's talk about Shady. Shady put over the fight much more than A-List did. He's putting over his moves, the Shady days. The Shady Bowl? You know, he can shady guarantee this, and he name drops himself so damn much that even if you had dementia and was 120 years old, you would never forget the name Shady Sean McKenzie. And the Iron Judge likes that. You know, he's allowed me to visualize the moves he's going to use in the match. He's painted me a picture, and I like what I see, Shady. I do. He had intensity. He's coming close to the camera. I liked it. All the fundamentals down. His wordplay was great. His charisma, his style, his presentation wasn't as clean as A-List's. You know, he has the green screen, sure, but A-List presentation is always so consistent, always so smooth. Just a great job by both these guys, but my win, it's going for Shady Sean McKenzie. He sold me on the fight more. He just had that much more fire, that more intensity. I just really felt Shady much more than I did A-List in this fight. So yeah, Shady Sean McKenzie, congratulations. You, sir, get the iron seal of approval. Well done. That's a career-making seal. That's it, son. You've made it. The Iron Judge has spoken. Shady wins. Until next time, Revolution. Until next time.
All right, so Shady Sean McKenzie versus A-List Alverson. This is definitely a match I was not looking forward to judging because I am impressed with both of these guys. I've already said it before. A-List Alverson is by far one of the most, if not the most entertaining promo person, promo artist, promo star, promo whatever you want to call him, that I have ever seen in my entire life. I absolutely love watching A-List Alverson promos. Shady is someone who I'm newer to seeing, and I loved the last promo that I saw of his. I thought it was very intense, and it felt like an old school wrestling promo. So again, I was genuinely looking forward to watching this match, but I was not looking forward to having to judge it. That being said, judging it was actually pretty easy. It was pretty easy, and the reason being is that Shady Sean McKenzie, man, you submitted a 3-minute long promo versus A-List Alverson submitting a 4-minute long promo. And not only did you submit a 3-minute long promo, a good half minute, 30 seconds, 40 seconds of that promo was just your intro and part of your outro. So you really only submitted 2 minutes and 30 seconds, rough estimate, 2 minutes, 20 seconds of an actual promo against A-List Alverson. Dude, look, it's not an automatic disqualification. Tommy and myself, we've said that multiple times. But if you're going to come with way less than the actual time limit, you're going to have to come with something super hard. And unfortunately, your promo this week really wasn't that great because honestly, man, you were just more or less repeating, I felt, what you said last time. It was basically the same promo. You were just listing out a bunch of your moves that you were going to hit, talked about how you were shady, you're a shady motherfucker. Like, we know these things. You've already said these things. I did like the whole, grab the microphone off the announcer's desk and, your winner. That part was kind of cool, I'm not going to lie. But at the end of the day, man, A-List Alverson, you came through, man. You had the insults, you had the storytelling, you had the production quality, as we've all come to love from you. You had the laughs. A-List Alverson, man, this was an awesome promo. This is what I was looking for from you. And if you keep coming with those type of promos, man, this tournament is yours. This tournament is yours. So my vote, 100% A-List Alverson. Shady, man, hopefully you stick around. Hopefully you can learn from this mistake. But at the end of the day, man, my vote definitely goes to A-List Alverson. Congratulations.
3 judges with 3 different points of view. I love all the feedback. I think everybody had points. Everybody from Bison to Chris Champion and Boss Lenny there. We do tend to not say that 4 minutes is, like Still, I know Still won a match and he was like a minute and something short. But yeah, it's a risk. Some judges are going to look down on that. Bison did not look down on that. So that's the whole point of having 3 judges is you got usually 3 different opinions of how they look at promos. And A-List Alverson moves on. You son of a bitch. He gets to move on and go on. So We ain't about to hear none of that, man. We are not about to hear none of that because that's just being a sore fucking loser is what that's being. Take the L and move the fuck on. If that is how you take losses, Shady, you can exit yourself out of our locker room and off our page. Because the way we do things here is you lose with some fucking goddamn class and honor, dude, and just go on about your business. I've already looked to move you into other fucking positions of stuff if you lost. So you ain't about to get no sympathy from my fucking locker room, homie, with that crybaby shit. Like, we just don't fucking do it here. All right, moving along. And I mean, show some fucking respect to the judges that also took time through their week. You know, you can be upset that you lost, but sitting there and calling people favoritisms and shit, like, we just ain't going to do that, man. Because these judges take time out of their fucking week just like you do from their real life to fucking sit down and judge these fucking promos. And to shit on the judges is bullshit. Because I'm not going to sit around and just let the judges just turn around and just purposely shit on promo guys. It's not going to fucking happen, bro. All right, everyone knows that fucking SNES and Blaze match was squashed because Blaze did not show up, but I still have SNES's promo, and I want to run it because he actually worked and turned his shit in on time. So let's check it out.
We bring you Simon Ness, Epona Sheepman!
An ode to my fallen brother. TK3, you were a bright light in this tournament, but you fell victim to a Wish.com version of yourself. Trent's candle may have burned out in the Evolution of Revolution tournament, but the fire of my anger burns hotter than Donald Duck's Zeta Flare in Kingdom Hearts 3. Prepare, Brody Blaze, to not just get beat, but you are going to get burned. This is not our first encounter, Brody. No, we met just before Christmas, and I mopped the floor with you. Now, it's only been 2 months. I may have less gold around my waist, but that doesn't mean that you have any more advantage. Taking the gold away from me just makes me more hungry for a gold strap. And this tournament is my meal ticket. Brody, you have been in this business a long time. Cal Ripken Jr. has nothing on you. But it's not about if you've had the most matches. It's about what you do with them. You, Brody, are perhaps one of the most underrated talkers in the promo world. But your talking is only going to get you into more and more trouble. And guess who's coming for payment? You could go and grind and mine all the loot that you want in the overworld that is Revolution. If you like, hell, you can try the infinite one-up trick from Mario Brothers 1. It won't do you any good. Brody, I offer you the chance to spare yourself a second loss to me. Just pack your bags. Get on the next flight. Hell, I'll buy you a coach ticket. You can go home, take some Adderall. You need it. Calm the flip down. Because tonight, if you choose to face me, you can count on pain, humiliation, and defeat. Because you do not have what it takes to defeat me. Had Trent not gone overtime, you would have been defeated. He would have defeated you 2 weeks ago. Brody, you are nothing but a fluke, an anomaly. You were not supposed to happen. It's just like when you play a WWE 2K game. You simulate the whole year and then discover that somehow Akira Tozawa is the WWE Universal Champion. Brody, tonight, our match, this is as far in the tournament as you go. You can kiss your championship dreams. Mwah! Goodbye. As I leave you with these two parting words. Game over.
Nice, man. Nice. I like SNES. And I don't know if I get all the game references that he makes, but I get a pretty good bit of them. Kick-ass stuff, SNES. He does move on to the next round. He will be facing A-list, right? Yeah. So it's him and A-list Alverson in the next round. And you got 7 in JD. I could tell you this. I know it's probably easily to say that SNES and JD are now the underdogs out of the 4 that's left. Some probably didn't expect JD to make it this far, but the kid has got skill. He's gonna get 7 and run for his money. I can tell you that shit. 7 better bring it. And SNES and A-list is going to be interesting. I don't know where they've faced off in other places or whatever, but that's going to be interesting. And of course, like I said, you got Josh Steele versus Sergeant Chaos in the main event of that match for the Fight Night Championship. All right, guys, we are all the way down to our main event, which is the Outbreak Championship #1 contendership. This is, of course, to set us up to launch us into the Fight of Champions pay-per-view that's coming up with VOH, because every title will be defended on that show. You got Little Sweet, the returning Little Sweet. We're glad he's back out of the hospital, and him and Big Sweet. We're glad both those boys are back out of the hospital and doing better, because they wasn't feeling too well there for a minute, and they wasn't around, and it sucks not having them around. They are definitely a staple in Revolution. Let's go ahead and get this match rolling.
Well, Little Sweet, here it is, match day, and I get to whoop your ass for a second time. I whooped your ass once, and now I get to do it for the second time, pal. And you know what's really funny? Over here in the Revolution, not only are you Jay Briggy's bitch, but you are also your brother Big Sweet's bitch. Because every time you face Jay Briggy, you have lost every time. And hell, you know what's really funny? Last time you two had a match, you could have actually won, because Jay Briggy cut one of the worst promos I've ever seen. But you know why you lost that match? Because your dumbass forgot to post a hype promo, and that's all you had to do, and you would have won that match. Now, you want to know why you're Big Sweet's bitch over here? Because after you two lost the tag team titles, you didn't accomplish shit. While your brother went on to become the Revolution World Champion. And honestly, if we're being for real here, the last accomplishment that you've done was beating the Sarge. And that's not much to brag about, because the Sarge has lost 100 matches against several different guys. So, Little Sweet, you really are pathetic. Your promo career at this point belongs in the trash can, because you still spit out verbal diarrhea. You still sound like Daffy Duck when you talk. And you look like you're related to Bigfoot and a woolly mammoth. So pretty much you're the love child of Bigfoot and a woolly mammoth. You are still nothing more than a cockroach that we just can't get rid of. You will never be a world heavyweight champion. You will never climb up that verbal ladder to grab a brass ring to be a world champion. Hell, you're not even good enough to be a mid-card champion, because honestly, you're nothing more than a mid-card jobber. Honestly, the only title that you will ever win at this point in your career is a 24/7 championship. And even then, you would drop the ball with that title even. Honestly, Little Sweet, You can sit there and talk all you want, but at this point, you really aren't impressive. I've seen more impressive shit by staring at cow shit all day, if we're being honest here. Really, I've seen more impressive promos with people scraping nails across a chalkboard. I've seen better promos out of James Ellsworth and Braun Strowman. Hell, I've seen more impressive promos by The Purge and NDT. You really, really aren't good. I could sit here, smoke a joint, and be high as hell, and I would still cut a better promo than you. Your promos are still lackluster and boring. If I clipped something that you did in March of last year and put it next to something you did this year or something you did yesterday, both promos would sound the same. All your promos sound exactly the same. You really, really aren't worth a damn to talk about. You never will be worth a damn to talk about. Every time your match goes up or we get the match card popped up, everybody ignores your match. So you can go take all your lackluster promos, stick them up your candy ass, and go fuck yourself and fuck your feelings. Because really, you're just a little bitch, and that's all you ever will be. Quite frankly, at this time in your career, you will never be on the level of anybody else that's on this page. The only thing that you'll be on the level of is something that's in the toilet bowl that I shit out last night. So, at this point, little sweet, you can go off somewhere else.
Right off the bat, Gunshot, I have no choice but to put an end to your nonsense before it even begins. And speaking of nonsense, and unlike you and your hype, I've actually got the balls enough to say that over in the VOH Asylum, the war is over, the beef is squashed, it's not forbidden anymore, and you can actually say it just because you think you got your ass high enough in the air and were able to get a very, very lucky victory over me. You somehow think that I'm gonna beat your bitch here today at Fight Night. Ha! Don't make me laugh. You obviously have no idea just who you're fucking with. I'm gonna smash you and leave no doubt and send you back to the rock you crawled out from under. When we come face to face, I'm gonna show you just how to treat a bitch. Now, Gunshot, you are the only thing standing in my way of going on to fix Stump and getting my shot at the title. Notice how I said my shot at the title, because not one single person believed, from the folks in upper management who did you absolutely zero favors booking you against me and have done nothing but set you up for failure, to every other promo artist and Revolution actually believe you stand a snowball's chance in hell of winning this match, let alone moving on to a title match. Because I gotta tell you, P-Shot, that's not gonna fucking happen. And if you do happen to think you're winning this match and then moving on to an Outbreak title match, well then not only are you outside your mind and have taken leave of what sense you actually have, you will undoubtedly prove you are by far the stupidest son of a bitch in all of the Revolution. Gunshot, allow me to remind you of who and just what I am. Not only am I the only two-time Revolution Tag Team Champion, I'm also one half of the longest reigning champion. I am a real-life, living, breathing monster that has stood toe-to-toe with the best this place has to offer and beaten a lot of them. All you've done outside of talk some shit and get bounced from the sweet evolution of Revolution Tournament by my brother is catch me on an off day. Those are highlights of what you've done here at the Revolution. It also has to be a career highlight, a highlight that I will not allow to be repeated. I am hungry and motivated, and it's not because I just got done eating some of Mama Sweet's cosmic funky brownies. Like many before you found out, you too will find out that a hungry and motivated little sweet is just too much for one man to handle. Last time you and I faced off, I underestimated you. A mistake I will not make. Again, my focus is on you and getting my win back and proving what I've said all along, that I'm just that much better than you and deserve to be a champion here in the Revolution. So you can shit in one hand and wish in the other and see which one builds up first. But you need to realize, then come to terms with the fact that it'll be me who leaves here today with a shot at the Outbreak title. So you can go ahead and talk your best shit. But if all you can do is tell me I'm old, call me a bitch, and talk about that lucky win, then you will have already lost, Gunshot. Peace.
Good showing from both guys, but unfortunately, you need a winner, and your winner is, and the new #1 contender for Stumpy's Outbreak Championship at the next pay-per-view, Gunshot.